We have a special guest here today. He is funny, apparently. Our guest today was captured the funny bone of netizens with his quirky take on the urban jungle that is Metro Manila. His social media side quest kept on growing from his viral Bisaya 101 series to even scoring interviews with Hollywood superstars. But the internet's favorite explorer from Davao City is taking on a new and challenging act as a freshman in college.
Wow.
And he's a student in his 40s, ladies and gentlemen. Here to talk about his latest reinvention, live in studio, Marco Antonio Herreraho, a.k.a. Bogart the Explorer. Marco, Bogart, thank you very much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me, pal. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so first and foremost, you're a college freshman at 40.
Yeah.
40s. I'm not going to mention what part 40.
Appreciate that.
But why did you decide to go back to college?
A lot of reasons. Primarily, it was, at this point in my life, I'm not really looking to get a job anymore. Going back to college, it's more of, I really wanted to learn the knowledge that agroforestry was going to provide me in order to build the sort of future that I want to build, not just for me, but for the community where I live in right now in Mindanao.
Agroforestry, so why that's very specific.
That is very specific because you've got agriculture and you've got forestry, and relatively it's a new field, agroforestry. So what that is it's a combination of many disciplines of agriculture when you've got agriculture, the raising of crops for purposes that humans can use, as well as to incorporate that with growing of trees, as well as animals. It's like trifecta of things. So you don't have to do farming like the traditional way of just open fields with just crops, but it can look like an actual forest where you can go in and eat things. And it's sustainable for the environment and for the people growing it.
That is such an interesting course, no? So tell us, Marco, Bogart, how's the day like for you as Bogart the Explorer na estudyante?
Yeah. Yes, well, so I wake up very early in the day because I've also got students myself to send to school.
Okay.
And then I take care of myself, like where I go to school at 7:30 a.m.
Okay.
So it's like a regular college student talaga. I go to class, everything all the way to 7:30
Do your
p.m.
classmates get starstruck? Like when they see you, do they expect you like to crack a joke or something?
No, a photo nowadays is usually enough, thank goodness. Because I gotta save the brain cells for the actual thing like Chem 16 and all those things.
Right.
But yeah, the classmates have been really good, as well as the professors, because some of the professors are either my age or some of them grew up on the stuff that I made as well.
So we did want to ask, so how is it studying with students who are my age?
Wow! You just got here. Yeah, but how is it studying with students her age?
Well, the great thing is, your generation doesn't really differ much from our generation in terms of fashion when it comes to where the school is. Because in the provinces, everybody's just like, just like what we used to wear in my generation, like t-shirt, pants, and just very chill about it. So it's not that much of an adjustment. Plus, it's a lot more chiller there in the provinces, so very chill. And the great thing about that, being with youngsters is that, they bring in new perspectives, new ideas, fresh energy, something that from people my age and my generation are slowly losing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But apart from that, I take that and I mix it with my real life experiences and I completely make something new out of it, either for my use now or later on, or for other people to use. It's amazing to be with youngsters, babe.
You said a while ago that one of the reasons why you took up agroforestry is to help the community. And that is really interesting because now I want to know, what was that issue in the community that made you decide to go take up agroforestry?
Thanks for asking that, Paul. Thing is, my father-in-law is a farmer. Like real life, he's down on the ground, getting his feet muddy, planting the rice himself by hand kind of farmer. And so I've seen the struggles, and us new generation, why don't you do organic farming, save the environment while growing these things? And I see their problems, because if they do that, there's nothing they won't make any. The food won't grow if they don't use the pesticides. If they don't tear up the land and make enough, it's not sustainable for them. I want to come in and bridge the gap between old school farming and modern farming with the new technologies to build sustainable farming, like you said, not just for us, not just for the farmers, but for the environment in the future as well. For the kids who have to live in this world, population is booming, who's gonna feed them?
Yeah,
Exactly.
actually, I want to touch on that because there is a statistic that the number of farmers in the Philippines is becoming less and less as the generations go by.
Yeah.
And here you are making farming cool.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to
That's
make
the
farming
hope.
cool. I mean, are you envisioning a future? I hope you don't mind if I put words into your mouth here, or at least the idea. But are you envisioning a future when your content creation and this advocacy of helping empower farmers is actually something you plan to do in the future?
Yeah, too bloody right. That's the direction I'm going.
Ayun na, lumabas na yung accent. Oh.
No, because
I love it.
you
You have
touched
to
something
speak like
on.
that for the rest of the show. We can't go back.
Because he's touched something I'm really passionate about, you know? But yeah, definitely. I definitely see, because people are going to ask, okay, so are you done with content creation now that you're a student doing these things, learning
Yeah.
these things? Definitely not. You know, I'm just getting started because probably I did in the old days were just some of the stupid things that as a youngster does. It's like, oh, I want to do this. I'd probably look cool on camera. Nowadays, I'm thinking more like content creators like Celine Murillo go out there creating educational content,
Yes,
actual, but
yes.
making, like you said, making it cool, by for the kids.
Yes.
Because okay, you want to be a content creator? Be a content creator that actually helps people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead of just making people laugh, which actually helps people sometimes. But you know, the drive to, no, I really want to help people.
Yes,
You
yes,
know, even though you're already affecting them, but the knowledge that you can provide them if they can grow their own food while sustainable ways. That would be great, not just for them, but for everyone.
Right.
Parang
Exactly.
nag-mature ka na sa content creator, Iba na yung motivation mo.
But you know,
I
I'd love to see that, no? Parang he's farming, nagtatanim siya, and then with that accent.
No, there's a little bit of city boy in me pa rin talaga. I'm gonna probably use technology and let's do the drill, do the doing. Modern ways.
I know, I love that in particular. But then, Jess, I mean, syempre we were talking a bit about how your age in particular would relate to Bogart. But then, Bogart, you take a look at reaching out to the younger generation and your classmates right now. Do you feel that connection, that agroforestry can be cool for this generation?
Oh, definitely, because I've got a bunch of kids in my block, because we're freshmen, right? So we're blockmates, I'm doing the whole thing. It's great because, you know, I see these kids, they come from all different kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of economic backgrounds, and I see that they're all focused on agroforestry and ask them some of their reasons. Some of the reasons are, you know, probably need a little bit of shaping, because, but right now I'm so hopeful because there's a lot of us studying agroforestry, and these are kids who want to be farmers. And it's amazing now. Okay, good. If we can continue this, but we might want to change some things. Like for example, when going back to school these days nowadays, it's different from our days because Saturday comes around, you're relaxing. Oh yes, the week of school is done. But that's it. You know you're not gonna get anything wrong. But nowadays, you're like, oh, Saturday, group message from the classroom section.
Yes.
Professor says you gotta submit something by Monday.
Iba na now, yeah.
They can
It's more
reach you.
demanding. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.